He only needed me to kill 5, but I like going for extra credit. Extra credit is why I didn't have to retake US history, because I never did my homework. Well, technically it's not extra credit.
Hi there.
We had to do a current event report from the newspaper every single week. I'm back. We had to do a current event report from the newspaper every single week, and I never did that ever. Like I think the entire. No, I'm on my way there. Calm down. I think my my entire U.S. history class for that entire semester, I did maybe 3 of them. Maybe. And the teacher basically said, so the reason you have an F in this class is because you have literally not done your homework. It's the only homework we assign you. Literally, you have not done your homework the entire year. Like, you do everything great in class, you ace all the tests, you're fantastic at that. Unfortunately, you're not participating. You do not do your homework at all. You have not turned in a current event report in 3 months. So, I said, well, here's a deal for you, Mr. Teacher Man. If I do all of these current event reports that I have due, all of these reports that I have due by the end of the week, will you give me credit for them? And it was like, God, 12 or something? I don't remember how many. I don't remember the exact time frame, but it was a lot. It was a lot of reports, and these all had to be like minimum 1 page, max like 3 pages, something like that. So I was like, okay, so if I do all of these reports, if I do every single like 12 current event reports, like in detail, like not just half-ass them, in detail, actually put in the effort, do the research, don't just copy and paste the article. If I do that, will you give me credit? And he said, you know what? If you do that, I will give you half credit for every single one of them. So I did it, and I went from an F to like a C+. Something like that. I don't remember the exact numbers, but no. So that's why I actually, quite possibly that's why I even passed high school. Like, yeah, because I failed. Let's see. God, what class? I failed photography because I could not develop negatives. I failed art because he didn't give me my final. I failed language arts because the teacher came back and teacher was on maternity leave all year, came back at the end and invalidated everything the sub had done, which meant when I turned in my homework, she said no, and when I turned in the backup report, because she only accepted it by email, the server bounced back my email, which means I couldn't turn it in. And because I had a tendency to sleep in class, I didn't really get participation points. I passed all the tests, though. What else did I fail? I failed PE for non-participation. That one's on me. That one's on me. Although I did break my ankle, and the teacher said, walk it off. Well, I broke my foot, but teacher said walk it off. It was a sprain at the time. And I was like, okay. And she's like, well, just walk the mile then, and when it starts to hurt, go sit down. Like, tell me and go sit down. So after a lap, I'm like, so this really hurts? And the teacher's like, just keep going. I'm like, this really frickin' hurts. And by, like, the 3rd lap, I was limping. And she was just like, oh, fine, go sit down. So I went and I sat down. Hi. But yeah, no, so by the end of the 3rd lap, she told me to just go sit down. And I ended up going to the doctor because I needed a doctor's note to use crutches at school because they crutches were considered a weapon, okay? But I went to the doctor took an x-ray and was like, yeah, so this thing that was a sprain before, that's a fracture. And we ended up going back to the school after that and being like, so, it was a sprain, it's a fracture now, and the only thing that changed is one of your employees made me walk a mile. And the school said, oh, you don't have to do PE anymore for the rest of high school. Please don't sue us. That was fun. Oh, what else did I fail? I failed art, photography, language arts, PE. I think that's it. Oh no, I also had to make up an elective credit because they wouldn't give me drama. They kept telling me, you'll get drama, you'll get drama. They kept putting on my schedule, and then whenever the year came around to give me my schedule, wasn't in the drama class. I was in some mandatory class, which meant I didn't get the elective credit for doing drama. Yeah, I ended up graduating high school with like a 2.17 GPA. Which meant I couldn't go to college. Ow. Like, I went to community college, like, it's fine. But no, I'll be honest, when I was in high school, we took a job preparation class. We were told, you know, fill out paper applications. We were taught that your GPA actually matters. They're going to ask you questions like that. Taught put down your references because they're going to call those references. And we were taught, like, basic budgeting. Even at the time, all of the information we were provided was outdated, and the teacher, when we were doing the paper applications, basically said, by the time you graduate high school, there's going to be no more paper applications. This is a useless skill. We have to teach it to you. Like, if I remember right, they actually had to find the applications online and print them out because there were no places around that had paper applications for them to pick up. I don't know why they didn't just use a job application for the school. That would have been the smart play, but, you know. The American education system is not known for its intelligence. Hi. Anyway, yeah, so moral of the story is I'm an underachiever. I technically probably should not have graduated high school when I did, but you know what? I did. And my diploma still says June, even though I graduated in August. I even have a cap and gown, but I did not attend my graduation because I had to go to summer school. Honestly, I had no intentions on even attending my graduation. I just wanted the cap and gown as a souvenir. That's all the diploma is anyway. It's a souvenir. It says I went to school like the law told me to.